Well, good evening. Listen, I tried to get in under the wire. It's now 12:01. So technically, I guess I didn't do a webinar, not webinar, a video blog today, which should have been yesterday, the 4th. It's now officially the 5th. No, actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the clock on the microwave, and it's actually ahead. So I am it's still before midnight. I was a couple minutes before midnight, and I was about to start, and then the heater to my immediate right kicked on, and so I thought, I better wait. But anyway, so as it turns out, looking at the time now on the computer, which is actually real time versus the time on the microwave, I'm actually under the wire. Let me start the stopwatch just to make sure we're not running too long. Let's try to get things done here before the heater kicks back on. Anyway, as you can see on the computer, there is up and visible to you the typing program that I use. For lack of anything better to talk about, thought I might just show you briefly that, since I do talk about it every day. And before I forget, let me just go ahead and mention the typing results for the day. It is day 46. It is the 4th of January 2014. Yes, 2014. I have a typing speed of 38 words per minute in a time of 9 minutes 27 seconds with a error percentage of 9.4. So do whatever factoring or figuring stuff you do, and um, maybe someday, like I said, you can tell me what all of that means. How do they arrive at that error percentage? Anyway, we won't spend a lot of time on that. Anyway, the typing program, let me just bring this page over from the other screen. You might see it. You should be seeing it coming into view now, as you can see. And let me just raise this up, expand it. The name of the program is Stamina Typing Tutor, and I have version 2.5, so that's what is seen here. I think it's the most recent, but at any rate, you can find it and download it at any number of different places uh, directly from the company itself. You can see CNET, you can see some other places here, soft112.com, third one down, etc. So it's out there. It's been been around for a while, and you shouldn't have any problem finding it. What I do like about it, besides the fact that it is free, and what I want to demonstrate to you is that you can uh, input your own text so that you're not limited to typing whatever it is that you know that another typing program that you might have would have on there for you. If you come over here to mode, as you see here on this drop-down menu, you have options like you might have in any typing program. Lesson one, that can be some basic stuff, obviously. You have phrases, etc. Come down here, basic lessons. You have combinations. You have digits and symbols, special lessons, etc. But, and again, what I want to showcase to you is how to, A, that you can put in your own stuff, and B, how to do that. So if you move your cursor over um, the other modes selection under modes, you'll have another drop down window open up, and if you then come down to the external text file, actually no, I'm sorry, it's the last one, choose an external file, left click on that, a window will open where you can browse your computer, and if you left click that, then you can go through different departments, in my case, documents, and at the bottom of documents, in my case, is my program, a program I created. When I say program, I mean a a document, and I have it entitled Minimum Daily Routine. So, whatever your document is, find it, click on it. You'll notice that when you click on it, it's the name of the name of the document is populated to the file name window. You simply click Window on that, or Open rather, which then you can see it populates to this file path window, and from there you click OK, and it's actually loaded. Now this is here from this must be a accumulation of all of what I've done so far, although as you well know, on any given day I can be uh, well below that 39 words per minute. But in order to get started, just follow the cursor here. You come over here to Start, and as soon as you click Start, you'll notice two things. One, the text is going to load from the right side here and then stop right here, number one, and that way you'll know that you properly queued your text for typing. But when you press start and that text comes in from the right and stops here, you'll notice that the clock over here in the upper right corner does not begin, and it will not begin until you strike the key for the first time. You strike the first key on your keyboard. Now you'll also notice, speaking of keyboards, I can have the keyboard down here at the bottom or not, and I usually do not, so I would simply come up here to, I think it's Options, and click Keyboard. Here you see it's checked, so it's on, or I can use the F keys to toggle it on or off. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and then, like I said, press Start. Notice over here when I press Start, there's my timer going off again. So now the first word in my document is minimum, and then it proceeds from there. You just type one word at a time, and again, you notice that the clock has not begun. It hasn't begun counting. I'm just queued, ready to go, and as soon as I strike the first key, the clock will begin counting. And another thing this program has is different different backgrounds. I don't know if it's some type of a bog or bayou or lake or some such thing. Now, the default name with this program is Bill Gates. I haven't seen fit to change it. I just thought that was interesting. But no, I am not Bill Gates. Have never met the person. Anyway, so let me just type minimum, C-M-I-N-I-M-U-M, and that's what I do every day. Okay, so I won't bore you with the rest of that. Anyway, so you see how the clock is going now? Okay, so that's enough. Let's stop that. Let me just talk real briefly about the topic for the day. The topic being um, stamina, stick with it, perseverance, hanging in there, all these kinds of ways that we express somebody going forward once having begun something and not quitting. And obviously, we're speaking specifically as it relates to this enterprise, internet marketing, online marketing, multi-level marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever you want to call it, Empower Network, uh, Big Idea Mastermind, team. Uh, Pretty much uh, you can pretty much be assured that uh, one of the biggest factors having to do with someone quitting sooner than later is unrealistic expectations of what this business is and what it can do for them. Okay, sometimes people get in their mind that this is some get rich quick scheme, which it is not. Hopefully, they didn't get that impression from you. Um, but sometimes you can tell a fella something plain, and they're only going to hear what they want to hear, or not hear what they want to hear. But they build this thing up in their mind about what they can achieve and in what time frames, and when that does not happen, they're out the door. But that isn't really fair, nor is it realistic thinking. If you think, for example, what a doctor, let's say, someone has an expectation of making what a doctor makes. Well, what does a doctor have to do in order to make that? A doctor has to go to school for years and years and years and years, and they're spending lots of money in order to pay for that education, oftentimes going into debt, and so, while this isn't quite that, you're not going to have to spend that kind of money. You shouldn't be spending that kind of money for doing it right. And it shouldn't take, 12 years of schooling to get this business up off the ground. But by the same token, it's probably not going to happen overnight either. So we have to be realistic. And if we are, then chances are, um, when things are happening so quickly, we're probably not going to get discouraged and probably going to end up sticking around longer than just a few short weeks or a few short months, okay? So hopefully that is helpful. Obviously, there is, as is always the case, a corresponding written blog component, which if you look below at the description area, you'll see where there's a link there provided for you to go and check that out. There's also a link for the business opportunity to enable you to check that out if you've not done so before. Take a couple minutes and do that. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at what we have here offered, and so we'll make that a wrap. And once again, as is always the case, I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Hopefully tomorrow, but if not, hopefully sooner than later. But until then, either way, do take care. Bye.